I truly believe that as human beings, we have a right to affordable housing. But unfortunately, in so many cities, especially like here in Auckland, home ownership is out of reach of so many people. And one of the things that I love about the tiny house movement is the way that it can empower people to get onto the housing ladder. And that's exactly what's happened with this next beautiful tiny house. Hi Laura, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks Bryce, how are you?
Great, thank you very much. Lovely to meet you. G'day Declan, how are you, mate?
I'm great, thanks.
This house just looks so good. First of all, can you tell me what it was that actually inspired both of you to build a tiny house on wheels?
I suppose you could say our main reason was financial. Living in Auckland, there's just no way we'd be able to afford a house for at least another 10, 15 years probably. So going with a tiny house, we were able to get it now and not get stuck in the rent trap.
We got a hand in designing it as well, so we could have a big kitchen and not be stuck with, you know, whatever house we managed to find that was in our price range. So yeah, it was good.
And you found a lovely parking space for the tiny house. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you found this spot?
So we found this spot by posting on community pages on Facebook. We just put it out there, is there anyone with some spare land and they'd like to make a bit of money by letting us park there. So we came across this lovely piece of land and we're just so happy with it.
And so what size is the tiny house?
So at its longest point, it's 8.8 metres long, which extends out to our outside storage, and then it's 2.7 wide and I think 4.2 high.
And can you tell me a little bit about the design of the tiny house?
So for the design we went with the iron cladding because it was a lot cheaper than going with cedar, and also it was a lot lighter.
Yeah, we wanted to try and keep it road legal as much as possible.
Definitely. So we went with a lot of windows because we wanted a lot of light inside the house. We wanted the space to feel as big as possible. For that as well, my favourite feature is these bifold doors here. In summer we can open them all the way out, and then with our deck here we just get to double our living space, which is great.
And especially when the house just opens up onto this lovely garden, it really is nice to just be able to fling open the doors and really take full advantage of that, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. In summer we get to watch the sunset behind the trees there, and we watch all the birds fly past as well, which is really great.
Beautiful. Well, the exterior of the home looks absolutely brilliant, and I cannot wait to step inside and see what's going on. Should we take a look?
Come on, let's go.
All right, after you. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. And especially standing right here in this part of the home, it just has such a wonderful sense of spaciousness, doesn't it?
Yeah, we wanted to make the lounge feel really open because it's like the main room that you spend all your time in, so we didn't want it to feel cramped. And with like this window up here, it really makes it feel spacious, like you said.
It certainly does. Lovely big couch you've got here as well.
Yes, it fits quite a few of us on it at once, and also we've got the storage underneath here, which is just another great use of space in the house.
It folds out into a bed as well if we have people over. It's a double bed, I think.
Yeah.
So it's nice and comfy.
Yeah.
Definitely very handy having that. And then over here we have your kitchen.
Yes, it's my favourite room in the house.
And I can absolutely see why. These countertops are exquisite.
Yes, so we're made out of New Zealand beech. It was one of the things I wanted to splash out on the house was the bench tops. I just think they're really beautiful.
And can you tell me about the layout in the kitchen?
So for the layout, we wanted to fit in a full-size oven and stovetop. Like, that was really important to me because I really like cooking and baking, so having that was my priority. And then we also wanted a dishwasher just because it's more water efficient as well. And it's just good to be able to have somewhere to put your dishes so the bench space isn't taken up, especially in a tiny house. And then we've got the fridge behind me here, which is quite a good sized fridge.
Lots of storage in here by the looks of things as well.
Yes, so we've got this cupboard here, which is a spinning cupboard.
Oh, great.
Because the dreaded corner cupboard, like, no one likes to use it. But
of course.
This is like such a great use of space.
Oh,
just
yeah.
able to do it. It's just so easy.
Brilliant.
And then we've got these giant like pantry cupboards here too. So we've got a microwave and it just tucks away nicely because they're not very pretty to look at. So I wanted to have it in the cupboard.
Good idea.
And then we've got all of our kitchen stuff in here as well.
Nice additional storage for your spices and things along the top there.
Yes, this was actually a suggestion from our builder. We've got the mirrors behind it as well, which just makes it look double the depth, which is really great.
It definitely does just help add a little bit of sense of space in here, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And one of the things that I especially like about your kitchen design is this lovely big bifold window here that just opens out to the garden.
Yeah, we love it. It certainly makes washing dishes a lot nicer to be able to look out onto the beautiful land outside.
And then I see we've got the breakfast bar over here as well.
Yes, and it actually extends out as well, so we can fit 4 of us along here if we have people over for dinner.
It's definitely nice to have that ability to expand it when necessary, isn't it?
Yes, and it certainly came in handy during lockdown when we were working from home.
I bet it did. So you both actually were able to work from home here during lockdown, were you?
Yep, so we were very thankful that we've got that built in.
Yeah, I bet. And is that your bathroom through there?
Yes, it is.
Great. Can we take a look?
Yeah, sure.
After you. Oh, this bathroom is lovely. It's such a unique shape, and I love the way that you've actually reclaimed some of the space under the stairs for the toilet there as well.
Yes, it's really nice having it tucked away and out of view when you're just looking into the bathroom, because it's not the prettiest thing.
Lovely size shower in here as well.
Yes, we wouldn't know we're in a tiny house when we're in it.
We wanted to try and keep everything as full-sized as possible so that we didn't feel like we were in a tiny house. We wanted to feel like we had a normal bathroom with a normal size shower and a normal size vanity. So yeah, it's been really good having that.
Really interesting storage you've got in here as well. Can you talk to me about this?
So this cupboard here is our cat's cupboard, so we keep everything to do with the cat in there. We've got its food on the top shelf, its cage, and then down the bottoms its litter tray, so it's got the little cutout there so he can just go in and do his thing.
Very clever and lovely to keep that in the bathroom space as well. Good idea.
Yeah, we didn't really want it to be something that you had to notice when you're in the house. It's really tucked away and no one would even know it's there.
And is this your wardrobe here?
No, so this is actually our laundry in there. So we've got
Oh.
our washing machine and we store our towels and that sort of thing in there as well.
Brilliant. And shall we take a look upstairs?
Yeah, sure.
Really nice stair design here. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
So we've got storage built into the stairs. From the bathroom underneath this one here is the cat cupboard, and then a bit
Alright.
further along is where the toilet is. But these first 3 here open up, and then we can store things like our vacuum cleaner and cat litter and that sort of thing.
Great. And then I love the way that you've done the walkway along here as well.
So for the walkway here, we went with the perspex so that it still felt open. If we had it blocked off, I just felt like it would close the lounge a lot. And we just have stained the wood there as well so that it ties in with the floor and that sort of thing.
So what do we have in the room up there?
So that first room there's our office.
Great. Can we take a look? Oh, this is very clever. Definitely lots of space for you both to work from here.
Actually, can only fit one of us in here at a time, but I'm usually working from the office anyway. But Declan works from home 3 days a week, and after lockdown, building the desk was a priority of ours.
And it's very clever what you've done with the cutout on the floor here. Can you talk to me about that?
So we've got this cutout under here. It drops down into the bathroom about that much. So when we sit at the desk, our feet can just drop down into that. And we've just built the desk to fit it accordingly as well. So it works really well.
And then I'm guessing that's the sleeping loft over the other side.
Yes.
Can we take a look over there? I love what you've done here with the plant feature.
Yes, I actually got that idea from one of your videos.
Oh, fantastic. It really does create that lovely separation between the sleeping loft and the rest of the house without making it feel enclosed.
Yeah, the bedroom actually feels really spacious, and then you've got like a little jungle next to the bed too, which is nice.
It certainly is. And it really is such a unique design what you've created up here as well. Can you tell me a little bit about the layout?
Yeah, sure. So underneath the bed here is where the kitchen is, and underneath the walkway is where all of our like kitchen cupboards are and where it juts out with the jars with the mirror. We've both got good sized wardrobes each and a full set of drawers there, and even these open up as well just to make more use of the space in the house. So it's very functional.
And there's a good amount of height here in the loft as well. I can see you can both stand relatively comfortably.
Yeah, so height was never going to be an issue for me. You can fit me in pretty easily, but Declan here.
I'm about a half centimeter too tall, which is, it's not too bad, but yeah, I make it work.
Just a little bit too tall for it then. Lovely window positions up here as well. You must get a really nice cross ventilation up here.
Yeah, we do, and we also get beautiful sunrise through this window in the morning, which is great. you can see it from the bed.
So how long have you been living in the tiny house now?
So we've been living here for about 14 months now.
Fantastic. And how are you adapting to life in the tiny house?
It's been much easier than expected.
There really wasn't
Much to
any
adapt
learning
to.
curve
Yeah.
at all. Yeah, we just moved in and that was it.
Like, it's our first space on our own anyway, so I suppose that's probably the biggest adaptation, is just living by ourselves.
So what would you say your favourite aspects of living in the tiny house are?
It's our own space. Really, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's really nice having our own space. And, like, moving from my mum's house, like, even my kitchen and bathroom are bigger than it was at her house, so it was really quite the upgrade to come here.
It kind of forces us not to be cluttered in here as well. We can't amass a whole bunch of stuff that we hang on to and struggle with whether or not to throw away because we just don't have the room for it. So it's a problem that we're never going to have to deal with, which is really nice.
And obviously one of your big reasons for building a tiny house was the financial motivation. Can you tell me a little bit about the cost that was involved in realising this build?
Yeah, sure. So this one cost around 130,000. It could have been a bit cheaper, but there were things I slashed out on, like the hardwood bench tops and stuff, because we plan on living here for quite a long time. We really wanted to make it our home. For me, knowing that I own this home, it just feels so nice to, like, wake up each morning and know that it's ours. And it's something I'm really proud of, because it's something I did very young. Like, at the time I was 21 when I got the mortgage and got the house built, and when we first moved in. So, like, it felt like quite accomplished to be able to have my own home at that age. And it's just really nice being able to do whatever we want with it, isn't it?
It's a freeing feeling when you don't have to consult anyone about if you want to do something to the house. You just kind of do it. Honestly, with it being our first home, owning the space and having to look after and maintain it ourselves has given us more life skills. Like, we're off to the hardware store
Yeah.
every other weekend,
Yeah.
buying some new tool that we didn't have, so we feel like proper adults now, which is
Yeah.
cool.
So what would you say the future holds for you both now?
I'd say financially our next goal would probably be to buy a section of our own to park this on, and then maybe one day down the track we'd build a bigger house, but we're quite happy living here for now.
Yeah, I think we'd like to transition the home to be off-grid as well, so get some solar panels on the roof and a water tank outside so that we're less reliant on the grid.
That really is such a brilliant vision, and I have to say you've done such a wonderful job with creating a truly beautiful home for yourselves here. Thank you both so much for sharing
Thank
it with
you.
me.
Thank you.
One of the things that I absolutely love about the tiny house movement is the way that it can really empower young people to get into their own home. And that's exactly what's happened here. Declan and Laura have created a truly beautiful home for themselves, and this really is a wonderful start on that housing ladder.